Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on equations. This does require some metric, so we'll grab that first immediately. Okay, we got 2 and 1. Lit Mike 0 alpha, lit Bob. Then we have 2 port plates. Port plate number 1 has a serial, and port plate number 2 has a parallel. Our serial number is Hotel 59 Echo Delta 0. So we'll start with this. So based on the information on the module and the BOM, you must identify and solve a system of equations for the given variable. So use the first list to identify which system to use. Then we gotta use the second one to identify which variable we are solving for, and the table to define some variables that we might find in our equation. Find. Oh, geez. I don't know what that. Find. Okay. So, which system are we going to be using? So use the first one that applies. So if there are more than 2 lit indicators, no. Otherwise, if the numbers 1, 5, and 9 are all the same color on the module, 1, 5, and nope, they're not. Otherwise, if there are more pink buttons than green buttons, which there are, we're going to use the third system. So we know we're going to use the third system. So now which variable? Well, if indicators plus lit LEDs, which is the little LEDs that you see up here, is module 4. So let's see, we have 2 indicators plus 2 lit LEDs, module 4. So this is going to equal 4. Then we keep subtracting 4 until it's between 0 and 3. That's basically what module 4 is whatever is remainder. So that's going to be a 0. Is equal to 0, 1, which it is. We must find x. So the variable we must find is x. Otherwise, we must find y, which is usually the case. And then you have these variables, which you might not use all of them. So, using the third system, we got to find x, and these are our 2 equations. So, if you do a little bit of algebra here, taking some notes, we can do some substitutions. So, you know by is equal to x plus a. So, and we have bx is equal to by plus c. So, if we subtract c on both sides, we get bx minus c equals by. And you see by, it's by itself. So we can do a substitution here. We can substitute by for x plus a, because by is equal to x plus a. So now we've gotten rid of all the y's in our equation, so we're left with just x's that we need to find. So next we gotta figure out some of these variables. So b is the sum of the serial number digits minus twice the number of lit LEDs. So the sum, let's see, that's 5 plus 9 plus 0, that's 14. Let's see, 14 minus 2 times our lit LEDs, which is 2. So this is going to be 14 minus 4, which is going to equal 10. So we're going to replace B with 10. C is the numeric value of the month that was started on. Our month was started on July, which is the 7th month, plus the number of unlit LEDs. So 7 plus 1 is going to be 8. So 10x minus 8. Then we have equals x plus a. So we gotta find a. Number of lit indicators, module 3. So 2 module 3. So remainder after 2 divided by 3 is 2. So our remainder is 2. So that's going to be a 2. So x plus 2. And now we do a little bit more algebra with this. So what I like to do is first I'm going to take plus 8 to everything. So we're going to get rid of the 8. We'll add 8 on both sides. So that's going to give us a plus 10 here. Then I'm going to subtract x on both sides. So 10x minus x is going to equal to 9x. Then we take and we divide by 9 on both sides. So x is going to equal 10 divided by 9. So let's get our handy dandy calculator. So 10 divided by 9 is going to equal 1.11, and so on and so forth. So in our cases and whatnot, once you find the value of the correct variable, you enter and submit using the equals button on the keypad present on the module. If applicable, only the first 3 decimal digits. So we only have to enter the first 3 decimal digits right here, so which is 1.111. And you don't have to round or anything. And if your system has no solutions or an infinite number of solutions, you have clicked the submit button with a blank screen. So since we've already got our solution, which is 1.111, so it's going to be 1.111, and we press the equal sign. It's going to do some calculations, and that's a solved module. Okay, we'll do another one. Alright, a lot of port plates, so we got 2 and 1, an unlit bob, then 3 port plates. I don't think we ever used port plates, but in this case, okay, we got DVI, PS2, RJ, RCA. Next one is parallel and serial, and the last one is DVI, RJ, and RCA. Serial number is 4 Romeo 2 Hotel Kilo 7. Alright, so let's find which system we're going to have to use. So if there are more than 2 lit indicators, which there aren't, otherwise if number 1, 9, and 5 are the same color, which there aren't because 9 is a different color, otherwise if there are more pinks than greens, there's 1 pink and 1 green, so no. Otherwise if there are more LEDs on than off, well, we got 2 LEDs off, so we can't do that. Otherwise, the serial number of digits total 16 or more, that's 4 plus 2 plus 7 is 13, no. Otherwise, we're going to use the 4th system. So we're going to use this 4th system right over here. Then, which variable? So we got to take number of indicators, 1 plus lit LEDs, so it's 2. 2 module 4. 2 module 4 is going to equal 2. So it then equals 0, 1, so we got to find y. Y is our variable that we have to find. So we have a plus c equals x plus y, and x equals b minus 2y. So what I can do is subtract y, is have a plus, let's see, a plus c minus y, which equals x. And then we have x equals b minus 2y. So we do some substitution, and we basically made it so that it equals this. There we go. All I did was subtract y on both sides and have a plus c minus y equal to x. So now we do a substitution. Have it equal each other. We got rid of x, so we don't have to worry about that. And there are 1, 2, 3 variables to think of. So the number of lit indicators, module 3. So number of lit indicators, we have 1. 1 module 3 is 1. Then we have b, which is the sum of the serial number of digits minus twice the number of lit LEDs. So sum of the serial number of digits, let's see, 6. So that's 13 minus twice. So we have 13 is our sum minus twice the number of lit LEDs. We have 1 times 2 is 2. That's going to give us 11. So it's going to be an 11 there. And then finally C is going to be numeric value of the month the bomb was started on plus the number of unlit. So we started on the 7th month. And we got to add 2 because 2 unlit indicators. two unlit LEDs. So that's going to be a 9. So 9, let me do some simple math. So we can add 1 and 9. That gives us 10 minus y equals 11 minus 2y. What I can do is add 2y to both sides. Minus 2y. So 2y minus y is going to equal y. So 10 plus y equals 11. Then we take minus 10 on both sides, so y equals 11 minus 10 is 1. So we submit the answer 1. That's 9. That's 1. Number of lit indicators, module 3. Have no unlit, so that's going to be 0. So it's 0 plus 9. So this becomes 9. Becomes 9. 9. So 11 minus 9 is 2. There we go. There we go. So I forgot. I thought it was just the number of indicators, but it's the number of lit indicators, module 3. So there wasn't any lit indicators, so it was actually 0, not 1. Alright. We have a lit bob. An unlit CLR. And then 3 port plates. Port plate number 1 is empty. Port plate number 2 has PS2 and RCA. Port plate number 3 is basically the same as this, PS2 and RCA with the added DVI. Serial number is Bravo, Juliet 0, Romeo, Golf 5. So, as diffuser expert, well, we can go for, I usually just give him the how many lit I have, and then, so I have 2 lit LEDs. So 2 lit, 1 unlit. And that's all I would tell him. Then we can just basically go back and forth. Okay, if there's more than 2, no. If numbers, okay, are the numbers 1, 5, and 9 all the same color? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna be using the 5th system because I don't want to tell him everything. 1, 5, and 9. Of course, diffuser can also remember these roles since some of them are a little bit. They're a little bit easy to remember. All I have to remember for diffuser is first I give him the LEDs. I tell him if 1, 5, and 9 are the same and how many pinks and greens. I have 2 greens and 1 pink. Would be the next thing. But we're using the 5th system, so we have that. Now he's going to give us our indicators. So we have 2 lit LEDs plus 2 indicators is 4. Module 3 is going to give us 1 because 4 divided by 3 is going to equal 1. The remainder of that is 1. So that's going to equal 1. So we got to find x because it's 0, 1. So we got to find x in our 5th system here. So y minus x equals 2d. So let's see. This is going to be rather tricky. So we got to set everything to y. But this is a rather tricky one. So I can do y equals x plus 2d, which is our first thing. All I did was add x on both sides to give me y. Then the next one is going to be 2a equals 2x plus cy, and minus 2x on both sides, so that's going to be minus 2x on that side. Then I got to divide everything by c. So this all becomes 2x times c. 2a minus 2x in parentheses divided by c. And we're done with that. So then we substitute. So we take this, do that. There we go. Now, rather tricky here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit easier and multiply c on both times. So I multiply c here and I multiply c here. And so when I do the multiplying, it's going to be cx and 2 times d times c. And that's going to be it. We can get rid of the parentheses here. So let's start getting our numbers here. So we have number of lit indicators. We have 1 module 3. 1 module 3 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 2x is going to equal, well, let's see c. C is the numeric month of the bomb that was started. So that's 7 plus number of unlit. We have 1 unlit LED. So 7 plus 1 is 8. So we have 8x plus 2 times D. D is the number of blue buttons multiplied the number of red buttons minus number of yellow buttons. So as diffuser, I mean as expert, I can basically ask, okay, how many blue buttons? I say 1. How many red buttons? 4. And how many yellow buttons? 1. So I have number of red buttons minus number of yellow buttons. So this is going to be 4 minus 1 is going to equal 3. Multiply it by the number of blue buttons, which is 1. So 3 times 1 is going to equal 3. So D is going to be a 3. And then we have C, which is the numeric value, which I've already gone over here, which was 8. So it's basically 2 times 3 times 8. So 8 times 3 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48 is our number. Do some simple math here. We do, I'm going to add 2x. So we're going to take 2x, add 2 to it. So I'll make that, well, actually do it this way. So this is going to be 2 equals 10x because 2x plus 8x is going to equal 10x plus 48. Then we're going to subtract 48 to 2. So this is going to be negative 46 equals 10x. And then we divide 10 on both sides. So negative 46 divided by 10 is going to equal x. So that's going to be negative 4.6. So negative 4.6. And that should be it. Let's calculate it. How come it doesn't show up? I think it's negative 4x. Give me a second, guys. I don't think I did anything wrong with the calculations. Because there's 1 lit indicator. Module 3 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. C plus number of unlit. There's only 1 unlit, so it's going to be 1 plus 8. The number of blue buttons multiplied by red minus. Oh, there's 2 yellows. Okay, so it's 4 minus 2. It's going to equal 2. Then 2 times 1 is 2. So let's see. This is 2 times 8. 2 times 8 times 2. And see the second yellow button there. My mistake. So doing that, this would equal 4 times 32. Okay, so 32, then we subtract that, so this becomes negative 30, then negative 30 divided by 10. Let me just clear it. So negative 3. How do I put negative answers? The plus has no effect if the number on the screen is 0 or blank. Oh, I got one of my numbers there. That's 8 and that's 2. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to need to see a log file for this. Give me 1 second. Log. Oh, no, output log. Okay. 3 first. Numbers, input, answer. Oh. Okay. So you're supposed to put 3, then negative. That makes sense. Okay. It's equal. There we go. Sorry, I just didn't understand mechanics. So we'll do one more with Diffuser Expert. Then, okay, so let's get our edge work first. We have 1, 3, and 2. We have lit FR kilo, unlit car, and 1 port plate with parallel and serial. Serial number is 7 Echo 8 Charlie Uniform 2. I got 1 lit and 1 lit, which gives some indication. Okay, I got 2 unlit. So let's go. More than 2? No. 1. Okay, 1 5. Nope, they're not the same. 4 pink, 2 greens. So there's more pink than greens. We use the third system here. Now, yeah, okay. And I'll explain how you can come to no solutions or infinite number solutions, which I'll tell you in about a second. So, more pink than green. So we're using the third system, which, okay, number of indicators. You have 2 indicators plus number of lit LEDs. That's going to be 3. So 3 module 4 is 3, is going to be Y, we have to find. So using the third system, okay, we need it set equal, so X's equal each other. So let's say X is going to equal B divided by Y is going to be Y, then plus C divided by B. Then I have BY minus A equals X. That should be it. So we set each other equal. That should be it. So let's do some calculations here. B, sum the serial number digits minus twice the number of lit LEDs. So 7 plus 8 is 15. 17 minus 2 is 15. So B is 15. So this is being divided by 15 right here. A is number of lit indicators, module 3. We have 1 lit indicator. So that's going to be 1. And finally, C is the numeric of the month, which is right now 7, plus the number of unlit, which is going to be 2. So 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay. So we're going to take 9 divided by 15. It's going to give us 0.6. And then we can do some more calculations here. So 15y, and we're going to add 1 to both sides. So it's going to equal y plus 1.6. Then we got to subtract y on both sides. So this is going to be, so 15y minus y is 14y. It's going to equal 1.6. Then we got to take 1.6. No, 1.6 divided by 14. This gives us this insanely large number. So we got input 0.114 as our answer. So we press equals. And that's another sum module. So right now I'm going to cut the screen. Okay. So boop, boop, and boop. I have 2 and 1. Unlit FR Quebec. 3 port plates. 2 of them are empty. And the last one has a parallel in serial. The serial number is Hotel 56 Victor Echo 3. And I have 1 lit and 159 aren't the same color. They're not the same color. 2 pink, 2 greens, and I think that's all you have to need. Okay, showing my answer in 3, 2, 1. The answer I got is 3. So let's have that equal. Hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. And until then, guys, keep talking. Oh, and if you do a strike, none of it resets. Oh, and speaking of which, before I go, so how can you get a system that has no solutions or an infinite number of solutions? Well, for example, if, say, we're solving for x. Alright, we're solving for x. and we are at the fourth system here. So we're solving for x. That's going to be a plus c minus x. And it's going, nope, that's not going to be the case because x is all the way there. So indication that you have x equals x type deal plus 3. Well, obviously this would be impossible because if you minus x on both sides, you got left with a plus 3. So in the case of that, you're leaving with an impossible solution and whatnot, you click the submit button with a blank screen. A blank screen is not the same as 0, so you gotta press 0 when it's just 0. If x or y is undefined, submit a blank screen, not just if both are. And the plus/minus button has no effect if the number of screen is 0 or blank. So that's good to know. So when you're inputting negative number, make sure you put the number first, then do the negative. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. Until then, keep talking and don't explode.